Hello, everyone. Welcome to Morning English. This is Colin.
Hello, everybody. This is Blair. 欢迎大家收听早安英文。
Hello, welcome to Morning English. 早安英文呢是一个为大家免费提供英语教学的频道，每天都会更新。如果你想获得关于英语听说读写的内容，我们都会在这个频道更新。我们的目标是帮助全球的华人学好英语。如果你觉得还不错的话，记得给我们订阅哦。另外，点开小铃铛，这样的话就不会错过其他任何学习视频啦。对了，如果你想获取本节课的完整版笔记，在视频简介或者评论区领取哦。你也可以给这个视频点赞，点赞就相当于自动保存啦。
Hey, Blair, when you were learning English, did you watch many movies from the West?
Sure, and I still do. Many Western films are popular in China, even if you're not interested in learning English. But as an English learner, they can be an invaluable resource.
You know, the number one question I get from my students is, what should I do to improve my English?
And your answer is watch movies?
Well, no, partly. Of course, the first thing to do to learn anything is to spend time trying to learn it and practice.
对，想要学习好一门语言啊，就比如我们说学习英语，那最好呢还是要多花时间去练习。
And I'm also a big believer in reading for learning. If you can read books, every facet of your language skills will improve. It's the way native speakers learn grammar. We don't really study grammar in school. We kind of pick it up by reading.
刚刚我们Colin老师呢就讲到了一个非常重要的点啊，语法是很多同学非常头疼的问题，对不对？那他们的学习方法呢就是通过阅读 pick it up by reading.
Exactly.
So what about movies? Do you think they're a good idea?
Oh yeah, of course. But not as a replacement for study, but as a supplement to it.
Supplement, you mean something that is added to something else in order to improve it or complete it or something extra.
Yeah. One of the big problems people have in learning English is they only use it in class while studying. They don't use it any other time.
确实啊，大部分的同学，就是咱们国内的同学啊，学习英文的时候呢，就是为了考试的，对不对？我们说应试教育啊，除此之外基本是使用不到英文。不过确实很多同学没有可以练习的一个对象啊。
Yeah, but that's usually an excuse. I will have whole classrooms complain about that, while they have never once thought to practice with each other.
But students want to practice with a native speaker.
Sure, they want to, but if they can't, then you practice with someone else. But also, everybody thinks of practice as speaking. But through reading, listening, and writing, you can be around English too, and you don't need a partner.
So that's where movies comes in.
Right. And remember, it's in addition to, not instead of, studying.
Okay, so can you give some advice as we how to learn from movies and maybe give us some examples of movies that would be good for us to learn from?
Okay, sure.
那今天我们就跟 Colin 老师一起来学习如何通过看电影来提高英文吧。
Okay, so, there are different ways to use movies for studying.
For example?
Well, what movie you choose is important. You should choose something you think you will like. The movie doesn't need to be a classic. You're not studying movies. You're studying English.
Yeah, when I watch a movie I really like, I get more involved in it and pay attention more. 我们看自己喜欢的电影啊，会更加的投入，对不对？
Yeah, exactly. The kind of movie doesn't matter here. Comedy, action, cartoon, whatever strikes your fancy.
But sometimes I would have a difficult time with accents and also strange, even bad grammar.
Yeah, well, it's best to choose movies where the expectation is that the characters have university education. Then the actors will use a more educated way of speaking.
Right, I agree with that. 但是我们会接触到比较多的口音啊，比较多的 accents， 这样也是不错的吧？
Sure, but English isn't the only thing you can pick up. You can learn a lot of culture. But many students have the problem of thinking that American ways are the same as other English-speaking countries, when really, they're the different ones.
确实啊，虽然说都是讲英语的国家，像是美国呀、英国啊，但是国家与国家之间，不管是文化还是语言，其实都有很大的差别的。Okay, so we've done that. Is there anything in particular that we should focus on?
Well, of course, it depends on your level. It's okay to use subtitles, and it's a good idea to keep a movie journal where you write down your favorite sayings and phrases that you hear.
就是把自己喜欢的台词记下来是吗？ I used to listen and repeat quite often. It helped me with using the proper rhythm and stress in sentences.
Right, and don't worry about breaking it up into small pieces.
What do you mean?
Well, a movie can be 2 hours or more. It's okay to only use parts of it at a time.
Sometimes I just want to enjoy a movie and not worry about trying to learn or study anything.
Yeah, that's a very good thing. When you can find ways to include English in your resting time, it can really help you improve.
所以我们说看英文电影的时候配上中文字幕是可以的，是吧？就是字幕啊 subtitles.
Sure, our brain will still process information. We will still learn. We just may not notice it. It's all good.
Okay, so can you recommend any movies for us?
Well, the most important thing is to choose a movie you like or think you will like. And for studying, it's often a good idea to choose a movie you've already seen.
What about for just viewing?
Okay. Well, one of the best movies for an English learner is Castaway from the year 2000. Castaway means to be left somewhere, like a desert island that is far away from any towns or people, after escaping from like a ship that sunk.
我们 Colin 老师刚刚推荐的第一部电影Castaway， 它的中文译名呢是荒岛余生，它也可以作为一个名词 Castaway 可以表示被抛弃的人。那这部电影呢由汤姆汉克斯主演。
Yeah, in the movie Castaway, Tom Hanks is a castaway on a deserted island.
So why is this movie good for English learners?
Well, first of all, Tom Hanks speaks with a clear and slow voice, and the whole movie is basically a monologue.
Monologue 这个词我们可以来学习一下它的意思是指独白。那在 Castaway 这部电影里面呢，大部分都是 Tom Hanks 他的独白。
Yeah, and we also use monologue to mean a play for one actor. Either way, you are hearing only Tom Hanks talking to himself while he tries to deal with being a castaway. It's a very good movie and particularly good for the English in it.
Great. Well, how about another recommendation? Colin 老师再推荐一部吧。
All right, do you know the movie A King's Speech?
Yeah, I love that movie. A King's Speech, 国王的演讲。
Yeah, it's from 2010, and it's the story of King George VI, who became the King of Britain in 1936. Now, he had a bad stutter.
Stutter 就是我们说的结巴口吃看过这部剧的同学应该知道 Colin Firth 他饰演的国王有口吃的毛病 stutter. But if he has problems speaking well, why is that good for an English learner?
Well, the whole movie is about how his speechwriter helped him overcome his problem. It's a movie about pronunciation. And it has excellent British accents. Remember, he's the king. And it is also a feel-good movie with great actors.
Okay. Well, now those are two dramas. Can you give us a different kind of movie recommendation? Maybe a romance movie.
Yeah, romance movie. I don't watch many romance movies unless I'm forced to by a girl.
And by forced to, you mean?
Asked if I want to see it with her.
So, do you remember any?
Well, there was one I can recommend called Notting Hill. It was a very pleasant movie.
Pleasant? You mean like nice?
Yeah, it wasn't annoying like most romance movies. Anyway, it's a love story between an American movie star and a regular guy in Britain that owns a bookstore.
我们Colin老师呢又给大家推荐了一部浪漫爱情电影Notting Hill 诺丁山，讲述了一个美国女演员和英国书店老板之间的浪漫爱情故事。
Yeah. Here you have very good accents for both British pronunciation and American pronunciation. And again, great actors. I didn't hate it.
All right. So, there are some recommendations for you. Number 1, Castaway.
Number 2, The King's Speech.
And Colin's favorite movie, Notting Hill.
Hey!
Okay, 那我们今天的节目呢就先到这里了。
Hello, welcome to Morning English. 早安英文呢是一个为大家免费提供英语教学的频道，每天都会更新。如果你想获得关于英语听说读写的内容，我们都会在这个频道更新。我们的目标是帮助全球的华人学好英语。如果你觉得还不错的话，记得给我们订阅哦。另外，点开小铃铛，这样的话就不会错过其他任何学习视频啦。对了，如果你想获取本节课的完整版笔记，在视频简介或者评论区领取哦。你也可以给这个视频点赞，点赞就相当于自动保存啦。
She is Blair.
And he's Colin.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye.